This is a story of Bibley Bobrant. Bibley Bobrant is turning 26 this year. He is a cook in a food court. He works 12 hours every day with a monthly wage of only 1,400. One day, when he was cleaning up the table, he came across a newspaper. When he was about to throw it away, the headline caught his attention. On the paper it said, "Cleaners in Singapore enjoy a minimum monthly wage of 1,000 Singapore dollars." As Bibley Bobrant was looking through the content, he couldn't help but wonder, what would his life be if he could also have a minimum wage of, let's say, 2,000? That would mean less work, but more money. Even in times of economic crisis, he wouldn't need to worry about any wage cut. On the other hand, if people like him could have minimum wage, they may probably come to his food court and he could have more revenue. And most importantly, with that much, he could probably buy his dream Porsche, live in his ideal bungalow, or even have a bunch of girlfriends. With a heart filled with delight and hope for a better future with minimum wage, he ended his long day of work and fell into a sound slumber.
What on earth has happened to me?
He thought to himself as he awoke in amazement.
Why am I in this fancy suit?
Not before long did Bibley Bobrant realize that this was a dream. He looked around and noticed that the esplanade was incomplete.
Why are they tearing it down?
He pondered, and after a fruitless contemplation, he decided to find out the answer himself. When he reached there, he approached a construction worker at the site and asked,
"Why is the Esplanade Concert Hall being demolished?"
The worker replied,
"Are you kidding, mate? It was never completed in the first place. Since the implementation of minimum wage, the company went bankrupt and all workers were dismissed. No other construction company wants to take the job, and it was thus left alone unfinished."
Bibley Bobrant was shocked, but soon he remembered that this was just a dream.
Never mind,
he thought.
Why shouldn't I take the opportunity to visit the Marina Bay Sands, since I have never been to such a prestigious place before?
And so he went to the famous hotel by the bay. Luckily, it was still looking as spectacular as always. When Bibley Bobrant entered the grandiose building, he was astounded by the magnificent interior adornments in the empty hallway. But something was missing, something very important: the staff.
How may I help you?
A beautiful young lady approached him with a broad smile.
Where are the waiters and waitresses?
The manager frowned.
Thanks to the minimum wage law, the cost of labor is so high that we have to make huge cuts in manpower. The waiters and waitresses who have lower skills and wages were the first to be laid off.
Wait, aren't they the ones whom the minimum wage should protect?
The manager grinned.
Exactly.
But why are there so few customers?
Well, to keep the company's profit, we had to raise our price, and customers ran away because of it. We are not alone. Every company is doing the same thing.
But it will cause inflation. Everything becomes more expensive, and it will decrease the purchasing power of everyone.
This is the only thing we can do to ensure our survival, thanks to decreasing competitiveness of our labor force. Foreign companies prefer investing in China and India to investing in Singapore. Fewer foreign visitors come to Singapore due to its increasing cost of living. Since we couldn't get money from the outside, we could only squeeze the money from the inside.
What?
If you don't mind, can you pay up the service fee before you leave? Which total up to $170.70. Thank you.
What?
In his scream, Bibley Bobrant awoke to his horror. He looked around and sighed. But on a deeper level, he thought to himself, Singapore, after all, is better without minimum wage. And again, he fell asleep, safe and sound. This has been a story of Bibley Bobrant. So, how do we help the low-income group? One of the options is to give subsidies and GST vouchers to the lower income. This increases their purchasing power without decreasing the competitiveness of our workforce. Subsidies and GST vouchers for the lower income ensures higher consumption of them while keeping the cost of labour relatively the same. Alternatively, upgrading of skills would also help these workers. Upgrading skills would greatly increase the productivity of the workers. This could help the lower income workers get higher wages. Therefore, like I said, Singapore, after all, is better without minimum wage.